Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Badlands.
And a big thanks to Chris and the rest of the management and staff here at AutoNation Ford in Brooksville, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Brooksville, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Chris.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Bronco Sport has been Ford's new, more off-road oriented compact SUV released in 2021. Sharing a platform with the Maverick pickup and the Escape, Ford's less off-road oriented compact SUV, and for 2024, the Big Bend is the new base model, resulting in a $2,000 higher base price versus 2023. The Big Bend models are also now available with a black appearance package, and finally, we get a new freewheeling model with a more 1970s color scheme for the inside and out, as well as new azure gray metallic and desert sand paint colors. With a $31,000 base price for the Big Bend, all the way up to $38,000 to the top Badlands that you see here. What else we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, we get full LED headlamps with LED daytime running lights, LED fog lights right down below. We get tow hooks too for the Badlands trim, forward-facing camera, white Bronco lettering, and this beautiful white metallic paint color. I believe it's Oxford white, but we'll take a quick look at the window sticker when we hop inside and we'll really see. The wheel and tire setup is also upgraded. The Badlands gets these unique 17-inch rims, and we have these optional Falcon Wild Peak all-terrain tires. Dimensions being 235/65 R17s. So the 235 wide square tires should be more than enough to put the power to the ground, and these 65 series sidewalls should keep the ride quality nice and plush. We get an orange Badlands sticker on the lower part of the door area. The mirrors are black contrasted with blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get all black trim for the window trim and a full black roof. I love this two-tone contrast that we have here. I'll take a step back, hopefully show you guys the side profile. With this white on black theme, I can see this vehicle getting a lot of its inspiration, sorry guys, from a Land Rover Defender. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger too. Same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. The gas cap is push to open with easy fill, 87 plus octane for this turbocharged EcoBoost engine. We get an LED outer ring for the taillights, but the turn signals and reverse light appears to be halogen. Ford logo on the left side, Bronco Sport in the center. I kind of wish we had a contrasted color scheme for the Bronco Sport. I'm not sure if they did this on purpose or not, but I'm sure in the aftermarket you can get some black stickers or new badges if that's what you'd like to do. Also, unlike just about any other compact SUV available today, this vehicle has two separate openings for the trunk. You can open up the whole trunk, or you can open up just the glass, making it super convenient. You can throw some kayaks in through the interior. You can leave your pet in the back seat and throw some grocery bags into the trunk and not worry about your pet running around all over the parking lot. We get a Class 2 trailer hitch. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly what this 2024 Bronco Sport is rated to tow. Exhaust tips, we get dual exhaust, and also with this Badlands trim, we get the more beefed up 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. Speaking of the 2-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder, let's fire it up and hear how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 2-liter EcoBoost turbocharged 4-cylinder engine sold by Ford for the 2024 Bronco Badlands. And it sounds okay. This is the most powerful engine choice for the Bronco. Last year we reviewed a base model with the 1.5-liter 3-cylinder, which cranks out a pretty healthy 181 horsepower, 190 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this thing to 60 in about 8 seconds. So no, it's definitely not the quickest, but it's quick enough. But with this 2-liter turbocharged EcoBoost, it's a game changer. Cranking out 245 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque, made it to this 8-speed transmission and all-wheel drive system. You can expect 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds. I've seen 0 to 60s as quick as 5.8, 5.9. But what you see is basically what we get. We can shut this hood right down, walk around this 2024 Bronco Sport Badlands one more time, and then take a step inside. For you to mention, we also get some pretty beefed up roof rails. Let's take a step inside and see what we get with a top Badlands trim, base price sitting right around 38,000 bucks. So we get soft touch up top, soft touch in the center, and a gushy soft leatherette armrest, 4-window auto one touch, 4-way adjustable mirrors, lock and unlock, plastic door handle, a little bit of storage for this pocket area, and a decent amount of storage down below. You'll squeeze a foot long in here. You'll fit a big gulp this way, but it's very sideways. Make sure the lid is tightly closed. You'll fit probably a 24-ounce bottle right in front. The seats are this unique cloth trim. I believe it's a waterproof marine grade cloth. Very well bolstered. The material feels very premium too for a cloth trim, and it feels almost like a suede Alcantara for the outsides. We get 2-way lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front buckets. And taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start stop, and everything fires right to life. But first thing you noticed is the steering wheel. Very similar to what you would get from, say, a Ford Edge. Pretty thick, solid 10 and 2, and a 9 and 3 feels very good in your hands. Horn area is hard plastic. The horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We get a Bronco nameplate for the Bronco Sport, or logo for the Bronco Sport. Cruise control adjustments, volume adjustments, mute. On the right side, you can skip, hang up and answer your phone calls, voice commands, and adjust this infotainment. So we have a digital speedo down below, fuel level and trip info up top, average MPGs, song that's currently playing, tire pressure, and right back where we started. We can also select our screens, check out the audio, phone, overall settings, and the display setup. We'll leave everything the way that it's been for the potential owner of this vehicle. The tach goes to 6,500 RPM, the speedometer goes to 140. Dashboard, hard plastic. The frame of it is rubberized though, with more of that texture out rear. The stocks have a very satisfying click, auto headlamps, lane keep assist, no auto rain sensing wipers, but wouldn't be expected for a Bronco Sport. We get a tilt and telescoping steering wheel, auto headlamps, auto high beams. We get fog lights too, trunk release, it's electric, and the interior brightness. We get 4 sets of air vents up front as well. Down below, hopefully you get a good look at your pedals if you can pick them up on camera. Pretty basic, but still want to show them to you guys. The touchscreen, I believe it's 8 inches. You get the home screen. It's a Sync 3 system. We don't get navigation, but we get wireless, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. The apps, you guys can check them out. Settings, you see everything that we have available here on this Bronco Sport. Cool. My personal favorite would be just look at the home screen, so we'll leave it there. A little bit of storage, good spot for phone, wallet, keys. Shortcuts down below too, volume skip. You can access your camera at all times. Right now we're looking at our forward facing. That's a nice feature for a vehicle in this price point. Hazards, we can turn off the engine start stop too. Volume dial has a nice high quality feel to it. Engine start stop with more of that soft touch material carrying all through the center. We get automatic climate control too, but I also like how we get the dials to make it very easy for the manual controls. You can just simply press auto and we're in auto climate, making all the noise in the world, but see, I'd rather just leave it in the manual mode. We get a wireless phone charger, decent amount of storage, USB A and C port with 12 volt, gear selector controlling the 8-speed automatic transmission. Backup camera, let's check it out. Very high resolution, guidance lines and trajectory. No 360, but with a sub $40,000 base price, would not be expected. Manual shift mode 2, electronic parking brake with brake hold. Here we have our 4-wheel drive mode, and for the Badlands trim, we have a special 4-wheel drive with a twin clutch system in the rear differential, rear lockers. You can turn off the traction control, hill ascent control, and 7 different GOAT modes as opposed to 4 or 5 with the lower trims. Here we get normal mode, eco mode, sport, slippery, mud and rut, sand, and rock crawl. And when you put it into rock crawl, we immediately switch to the forward-facing camera and change our display with 4-wheel drive locked in and our rear differential also locked. So I wouldn't recommend driving in rock crawl mode on regular terrain. We'll start this review off in normal, transition to sport, and just see what the differences are. Awesome. We can make sure that everything is unlocked. The 4-wheel drive system is also unlocked. 2 cup holders. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles with no problem, and I guess a shot glass in the center. Hopefully you're not using that while you're driving. The armrest is gushy soft for the console with contrast stitching. Ton of space. For a compact SUV, you're fitting probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 1-liter bottles of soda in there. USB A and C port too. Nice. The glove box, you can pull this latch. It is damped. Not lined with felt, but also massive. It is deep too. You'll fit 2, maybe 3 pairs of shoes in there. You'll easily fit 35, 40 license plates. That's one of the biggest glove boxes in the business. Ford really thought it through when it came to storage in this vehicle. We don't get a frameless or auto dimming rear view mirror, but that flappy thing to dim it right over there. Interior lights, LED. Sweet. You get a sunglass holder too, and that's about it for the front seat of this 2024 Ford Bronco Badlands. Ford Bronco Sport Badlands, sorry guys, 4x4. 5-passenger, 2-liter EcoBoost, Oxford white exterior, ebony Area 51 unique cloth interior, 8-speed auto transmission. We get skid plates too with this Badlands trim, active grille shutters. You guys can pause, take a look at all the rest of the standard features. The paddle shifters are also exclusive to the Badlands trim. $525 for these upgraded Falcon all-terrain tires. Hopefully you guys have seen the Steve Rizzo joke with the Falcon Islands. And the Falcon tires also remind me a lot of that joke. $200 for the floor liners, $130 for the cargo mat, $590 for the Class 2 trailer tow package, which I believe can tow up to about 2,500 pounds. So $38,300 for the base price, $1,400 in total options, $1,595 for the destination and delivery, totaling us out at $41,430. Pretty good on gas, 23 combined MPGs, 21 in the city, 26 on the highway. And that's about it for the front seat of this 2024 Bronco Sport Badlands. Let's hop out back to see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So up top, out rear, we don't get soft touch material, but it's still that nice graining for the top and middle portion. We do get a gushy soft leather armrest. We mentioned the 4-way or 4-window auto one touch. You get that plastic door handle with the lock underneath. Decent amount of storage. You'll fit a 6-inch sub down there and a 24-ounce water bottle right behind it. The rear seats are still that Area 51 unique cloth with the cloth material for the outside. The inside feels like old school cloth, but the outside of it, the actual outside of the seats, feels like a really nice high quality marine grade suede or Alcantara feel. Taking a step inside, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least 2-3 inches of knee room, headroom. I got a ton. I got like 4 inches of headroom. If you're under 6'6", 6'7", you'll sit behind your seat settings in a Bronco Sport with no problem. And for a compact SUV, that says a lot. We get these map pockets with a cool design. They're an actual zip-up design, so if you're driving off-road and you don't want to get certain things wet, you simply zip them up and not worry about them. We get air vents too, USB-A and C port, AC outlet down below as well. Same thing for the opposite side. And we get cup holders. They're like a Velcro cup holder built into the front seats, but they still do the job. If that's not enough, we get this center cubby armrest, and it's gushy soft. It feels like the outer portions of these seats, very premium, and you'll fit 24-ounce water bottles in those cup holders. The interior lights are LED. Cool. That's about it for the back seat of this 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Badlands. Let's hop out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this car out for a drive. So as we mentioned, we can open up the glass individually from the trunk. And if you fold the second row seats down, you can shove some kayaks through here, take your girlfriend, take your wife out to the lake, out to the river, out to the ocean for all I care, and go kayaking. You cannot do that with most SUVs, especially not compact SUVs. Huge thumbs up to Ford for this feature. You get it in the Bronco Sport, you get it in the Bronco 2, and in the Expedition. Anyway, we can shut this right up. We also mentioned that if you have pets, you can put your dog, cat in this trunk, and if you go to the store, hopefully you leave the car on so they have some air circulation, but you can just simply drop your bags just like this and not have to worry about your pet flying out of the trunk, running all over the parking lot. And we can also, make sure that's closed, yep. We can also lift up the trunk itself. It's not a power opening trunk actually. You gotta lift it yourself, but really not a big deal. The overall cargo space is solid for a compact. The step-in's a little bit high. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. I got like 6-7 inches before my knee was at the level of the step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, give them a little boost. It won't be the easiest for them to hop in back here. But as you guys see, the space is solid. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much cargo space is in this trunk and with the second row folded down. Secret storage, we'll see if we have anything going on under here. Not a whole lot, but we do get the spare tire. It's a Pirelli Scorpion all-terrain, the tires that will come standard on the 2024 Bronco Sport Badlands, but we have the upgraded Falcon tires and it's not carried over for the spare. Interior lights are LED. We have an additional 110 volt 400 watt AC outlet, 12 volt right behind it, and some hooks for the cargo area as well. Press this button and it turns on all the LEDs, making it super convenient for the trunk. We can shut this thing right up though. Again, it's not electrically opening or closing, but we shut it right up. We can walk around this 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Badlands one more time. And with this color scheme and these wheels and tires, I think this is a great looking Bronco Sport. Previously, I've always thought the Bronco Sport was like a little brother to the Bronco, and the Bronco was the one that you really wanted to get. But with this 2-liter turbocharged engine, this thing is quick, it can handle, and with these beefy off-road tires, locking rear diff, twin clutch rear diff too, it is capable. Performance-wise, let's take this 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Badlands out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Badlands. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, with the notches in this hood, you get a really commanding view of the road, about half throttle. Woo! Yeah. Well, I mean, that definitely feels a lot quicker than the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder. At higher speeds, quiet interior, you don't hear any road noise with these all-terrain tires. We hear just about 0 wind noise. And we don't have dual pane windows, of course. The brakes feel really good. We'll try out a real-world turning radius as soon as this Wrangler passes. Oh, wow. Turning radius is super sharp on the gas. Woo! Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, this thing is definitely pulling a lot harder than the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder. And as far as fuel economy wise, you're only compromising like 2 or 3 mpgs. And as far as base price, we're talking about a difference of $7,000 between the base model with the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder and this top of the line Badlands at about 38,000 bucks. At that level of price difference, I think that this Badlands is the best value trim available from a Bronco Sport, even though it is the most expensive. We'll slow down a little bit, try another acceleration. Not off the line. Actually, yeah, we'll try it out off the line. There's nobody behind us. Off the line, no brake torque. On the gas. Boost. Woo! And yeah, you look down and you are moving. I can definitely see 0 to 60 happening in about 6 seconds, maybe quicker, but you'd have to launch the crap out of it. With no launch, just rolling onto the throttle, 6 seconds, 6.2 seconds seems realistic. If you launch it, 5.8, 5.9, I could also see as very realistic. And again, higher speeds, very quiet in the interior, doesn't take a lot of pedal to keep this thing moving, definitely doesn't take a lot of pedal to get this thing accelerating, even in the overdrive gears with a strong turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. This is all just in regular mode too. We'll throw it into sport in a minute, just see what the differences are. But while we're already moving, we'll slow down a little bit, see what about half throttle looks like. So highway passing power, half throttle. A lot of torque and a lot of power, but we don't downshift heavily. So we were in 8th gear when I stepped on it. It downshifted us to say 7th. So we were hovering around 2,400 RPM. That's why you didn't hear a lot. But with a torque curve where the torque really starts to build around 1,800, that's all you really need from the transmission. That keeps the overall wear of the engine lower without having to rev the absolute crap out of it. And you still get all the usable power that you could possibly need. We'll take a step out here. Again, the brakes feel really good. We'll throw it in a little bit quicker than we should. See how much body roll we're working with. Throwing it in. Wow, the handling's sharp. Body roll is decently limited. And through the twisties and turnies, woo! Good handling. Steering feels solid. And it's very point and shoot feeling of a vehicle. Brakes feel great again. Try out a real world turning radius. Try it out in sport mode and then get this thing back to AutoNation Ford of Brooksville. Hopefully you guys saw that turning radius. Unbelievably sharp. We'll throw it into sport mode real quick. Normal, eco, okay, sport. So slight brake torque and let's go. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, I can see it happening in under 6 seconds. That was quick. That was very quick. The steering feels even better in sport. We hold our revs though. We're hovering around 3,000 RPM. So it is going to affect your gas mileage a little bit, but it feels a lot more nimble, a lot more planted in sport mode. We'll take a step out here. A lot more sensitive throttle too, about halfway. Woo. Yeah, at half throttle we go to about 4,500 RPM. and you look down and you are moving. I like the steering in Sport, but it doesn't look like we get to keep our overdrive gears. Let's try it out with the manual shifts. Yeah, in Sport mode it holds us in 6th gear, doesn't even give us an opportunity to drop it into 7th or 8th. Because of that, I'd recommend just leaving it in normal mode. It definitely felt more than strong enough in normal. And in normal mode, you can press this M button in the center, and now we have full control over our gears. Unfortunately, it locks us out of 8th gear. We can't even go into 8th gear at around 55 miles per hour, and I guess that's because of the 4-cylinder. It doesn't want it to start bogging in the lower RPMs, which I get. Overall, guys, hopefully you can pick up the isolation from the road. It's a very quiet interior, very comfortable. No, it's not loaded with features. It's not the most luxurious looking thing you've ever seen, but it has a base price well under 40,000 bucks. You get an 8-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, marine grade seats that will not get damaged from too much water, an off-road ready back seat where you can dump all your crap, locking rear diff, twin clutch rear diff, 4-wheel drive, turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that makes a boatload of power. And again, the base price under 40,000 bucks in a spacious compact SUV, which still allows you to open up the rear glass, even adding to the overall practicality, and these beefy all-terrain tires. Jeez, if that's what you're looking for, guys, how could I not recommend the 2024 Ford Bronco Sport? And I would 100% recommend, if you are looking for a Bronco Sport, I know it's more expensive, but I would definitely recommend checking out the Badlands. It is genuinely worth the extra money. And a big thanks to Chris and the rest of the management and staff here at AutoNation Ford in Brooksville, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Brooksville, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Chris. And huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.